Friends, welcome to my channel. Dhanesh here. In the last video, we discussed about classes and objects. In this video, I am going to discuss about Java class attributes. Let's start. Java class attributes. In the previous video, we used the term variable for x in the example. When you define int x is equal to 5, it's actually an attribute of the class. Or you could say that the class attributes are variables within a class. I can show you in the Eclipse IDE. Here you can see int x is equal to 5. It's a class attribute. It's a variable, but it's a class attribute. Now, how do you access attributes? You need to understand you can access attributes by creating an object of the class and by using the dot operator, dot syntax. Very important. Dot syntax. The following example, I am going to do it in the Eclipse IDE, will give you an understanding how you can use the dot operator to access an attribute. Modifying attributes. You can also modify attributes. I will show you in the Eclipse. You can define multiple objects inside a class. If you create multiple objects of one class, you can change the attribute values in one object without affecting the attribute values in the other. That's an important point. This is really important. Without affecting the attribute values in the other. I will show you in the program. Multiple attributes. You can specify as many attributes as you want. So let's get into the Eclipse IDE. So here you have int x is equal to 5. So first I am going to tell you about how do you access attribute. It's already here. You can see I have created my object and my object dot x. We are using we call it as the dot operator. We are using the dot operator to access the attribute inside the class. Here you can see my object system.out.println my object.x. Now if you have if you want to change the attribute, if you want to now we have to understand how you can modify the attribute. So to modify the attribute, you have int x is equal to 5. After that you can modify the attribute inside this class. How you can do it is, you can my object obj my obj object dot x. You can take it as, you can define it as 10. Here you again changed it. You modified the value of x. Now if you print this, if you run this, you will get it as 10. If you are commenting this piece of code, you will get it as 5 because it's already we made it as 5. Now what we have done is we have made the value of that, we changed the value. So that's what you have seen. Now what you want to modify, you can create multiple objects. See, now what I am doing is I am going to create my class, multiple objects of my object. This is the first one. Now I am creating another object of my object, my class, that is I am taking it as my object 2, that is I am taking another object of this okay, my object 2, and I am changing the value of my object 2 dot x. I am inside that object, my object 2, I am changing the value of x. That's also possible. Control C, I am putting control V dot x, I am changing it into 10. But you need to understand the value of the variable x inside the object, 2 is 10 now, but what about the value of the object inside the inside the value of x inside the object 1? It's the same 5. You understood? I changed the value of the variable x inside the object 2. See, if I can show you, I will run it and show it to you. See, I am running it, and you can see here if I am putting 2 here, you can see the difference. When you run it, you can see it here. See, object 1, I didn't change it, so it is 5, but in the object 2, the variable, I have changed it in this piece of code, so it is showing it as 10. So this is the importance of object oriented programming. Multiple objects, you can have multiple attributes also. We see what I am going to do is here int x is equal to 5. I am creating another variable, int age is equal to 10. Another variable. So you can use these variables you can access using the object. See, you have my object. When you try to access system dot out dot println my object, right? Control C, then control V, my object dot if you want, you can access each. That is one variable that you can print it. Another one is you can access the same thing with x as well. That is another variable. So you will get the different variables here. Here you can take x, right? So when you try to print it, you will get the values for age and x. So this is what you need to understand. So the most important thing is you are using the dot operator. See, you can use the object dot the attribute, whether it is the variable, or attribute means it can be a method as well. See, if there is a method inside the class, you can call object dot that method, or object dot that variable, or any attribute inside the class you can call by using the dot operator. Very important. So that's what we discussed in this video. That's all about the multiple attributes and Java attributes. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot.